Hey guys, what's up? Votes are in, and I'm gonna do a video about eating disorders. It's not really a super specific video today. I'm gonna briefly go through like my history with eating disorders, my treatment, like my favorite coping skills, and like what I'm doing to manage right now during this quarantine. So it's not super structured, I guess, but whatever. I just dyed my hair last night. It's like dark brown. It's wet right now because I just showered, but I really like it. And my OK Boomer shirt. Okay, so trigger warning also. If you have an eating disorder or if you're triggered by eating disorder talk, I won't be mentioning specific like weights or numbers or anything, but I do discuss my eating disorders and treatment and stuff. Okay, so I would say when I was about 16, I started to develop my eating disorder. I have had depression since I was 12 and anxiety my entire life. And they like feed into your eating disorder and they all like encourage each other and it like spirals. So my depression and my low self-esteem, was bullied a lot. I dropped out of school and like switched schools and stuff. So that really didn't help with my self-esteem at all. But so I started out and I thought that, oh, I want to be healthy. And so I downloaded the app, MyFitnessPal. Please don't ever download that app. That app is terrible. It's the worst thing in the world. I hate that app because that's really what kickstarted my eating disorder. Because I put in my height and my weight and it gave me a number of calories to eat a day. And that number was basically the equivalent of like what a toddler would need. But I didn't know that. And so I started cutting back and only eating that much. I was a competitive swimmer at the time as well. So I'd be swimming 2 hours twice a day and then doing on-land workouts for about an hour a day. And that was 6 days a week. And I would factor that into the app and it would like add a number of calories that I would like eat, but I would never go over the number. And so that was probably like summer. Well, actually, it was probably the first year of my eating disorder when I was 16. And then I turned 17. So when I was 16, I was homeschooled for a while because I did drop out of school. And then when I was turning, it was like 16 to 17, my junior year, was when I started at a new high school. And when I started at the new high school, I like started skipping breakfast and I wouldn't eat breakfast. And my parents didn't know because like they didn't see. And I would swim. I'd go to early morning swim practice, do my swimming, not eat breakfast, and then kind of go about my day. And then I started cutting them back at lunch. And then I started eating less at dinner. And my lunches would literally consist of these rice rollers that were low calorie. I would eat dried seaweed, which I actually really like because I'm Korean, but I thought it was great because it was low calorie. It's good. It tastes good, but I don't eat it for that reason anymore. I eat it because it's good, if that makes sense. Anyways, I would eat that, and then I'd eat some carrots and a chocolate milk. And that was like lunch. And no one was really around. I didn't really have any friends at that school, so no one really noticed. My parents started to notice though, and my dad was like, dude, you need to eat more, you look sick. And I was like, okay, whatever. And like my parents didn't really know how to handle it, and like neither did I. So it was like just like a new thing, and they tried their best, but some of their ways really like frustrated me and made my eating disorder like mad. In treatment, we like referred to an eating disorder like as its own like entity. So it'd be like, my eating disorder is mad about this, blah blah blah, whatever. So it made my eating disorder mad when they'd say I need to eat more. Or like when I wanted to go upstairs with my boyfriend, my parents were like, you have to eat like 3 more bites. And I was like, you're treating me like I'm 4 in front of my boyfriend? And like it was not good. I also purged when I ate closer to a normal amount of calories, like the normal amount, like the necessity amount for like a grown adult. If I eat closer to that, I would purge. And then around, I would say February of 2018, I was about to turn 17, and my parents brought me to a eating disorder like clinic type thing. It ended up not working out very well. I didn't really vibe with the therapist, and the dietitian was really like loosey-goosey, so I cheated on meal plan and like didn't really eat still. And I went through a really hard time, broke up with my boyfriend. There was like this whole thing. It was not pretty, and my depression was bad, my anxiety was bad, my eating disorder was terrible, and I was just in like this dark place. And honestly, I wanted my parents to put me back in a mental hospital. I was like, dude, put me in. But the last time I went, it was not good. I think I shared that story. It might be on a YouTube video previously. If not, I can tell that story later. But it was not a good experience. And I was like, dude, just put me back in. And they were like, if we put you in, we're leaving you in. We won't take you out until they say you're ready. Because they took me out early last time because of what had happened. There was like a whole like incident. And so instead, my mom and I had planned to go to California to visit my friends and family because that's where I'm from. And we were going to go, after that, we were going to go to North Carolina to look at colleges. And so we ended up going on the vacations because if I were to go in the mental hospital, then those vacations would have to be canceled. And so we went on our vacations, and it helped a lot going to California and seeing my best friend and my family and just like all my really good friends that I've known forever. But my eating disorder is pretty bad on that trip. I didn't really eat a whole lot. I purged a lot more because we weren't eating healthy food. And so it wasn't good. And one night I was in Santa Cruz with my best friend and my other best friend, who I call my brother because he's basically my brother. And they actually kind of held this like intervention for me. My boyfriend, it was a different boyfriend, but my boyfriend was on FaceTime with them. And I came out of the bathroom and they were like, hey, we need to talk. And it was, it helped me a lot. I'm so grateful to them for doing that because that gave me the push that I needed to get help, because I was so angry all the time with my eating disorder, and I didn't want to talk to my mom about it. I didn't want to talk to my parents. I was just so mad all the time, and like they would tell me to eat more and I'd like get so mad at them, and it was like totally unfair to them. But when my friends and boyfriend were like, hey, we're really worried about you, we don't want to go behind your back and tell your mom what's been going on, but we really want you to get some help. And so I agreed that I needed a higher level of care and that I was gonna like really try, because I did want to try for them because I love them all and I know they wanted what's best for me. And like, I don't know, it was scary to be confronted about it, but I felt so loved and cared for like as they did it, because they like voiced only their concern about me and not like, I don't know, they weren't like, we're gonna go tell your parents this is what you need to do. They were like, hey, we really care about you and this is a problem that we're noticing. And so I'm really grateful to all three of them for doing that. That honestly was really good. It was a turning point for me. And so we got back from looking at colleges and visiting friends and family, and I had spoken to one counselor before at this place called ERC, the Eating Recovery Center. And I had spoken to her like once, and then I was going in to talk about an intake. And I walked in there and, sat down with my parents, and she looks at me and she goes, so how many times did you purge when you were in California? And I was like, I literally have never told you that I did that. Like, that I do that. Like, how do you know? And she was just like, I know. Like, I don't know. She was freaking awesome. She, like, knows everything. It's kind of scary. But she was like, yeah, so how many times? And I was like, you're really gonna do me like that in front of my parents? Okay. And so then I just kind of spilled my guts, told them everything. And I was admitted to a partial hospitalization program, which was like 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Every day. And that really, 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 really helped me. If you are struggling and you are able, I cannot recommend it highly enough. It changed my life. I am doing so much better right now. Like, it's life-changing. I can't explain. I've made friends that I will be friends with for the rest of my life. I've implemented strategies. I learned so much. I learned coping skills, all kinds of stuff. And it was really kind of a place where I realized, like, okay, I actually do need help. Like, this is actually a problem. So I went through PHP. That I was in there for about a month. And then I did IOP, which is intensive outpatient program, for 2 months, I think. I have a video about that too, if you want to like know what it's really like to be in an eating recovery center. I kind of like walked it through that. But yeah, so right now I'm doing a whole lot better. It's been over a year, almost 2 years since I've been in ERC. I'm still in contact with the girls. I love them so much, the ones that I met there. It's really nice to have a support network like them. Yeah. So right now I'm working on intuitive eating. So no meal plan or anything, because having specific plans kind of like makes my eating disorder like perk up a little bit. It's like, are we planning things? Because my whole eating disorder was planning things and restricting and counting calories and all that stuff. So I have no sort of structure at all. I'm just kind of like, what do I want to eat today? And it's crazy to think of how far I've gotten from only eating carrots and rice rollers and seaweed for lunch to being able to spontaneously go to McDonald's with my mom and get chicken nuggets, like, and not even feel guilty, not feel the need to purge. Like, I was just like, okay, I like chicken nuggets, like, they're so good, and it was fine. And like, that's crazy to me. So ERC, completely life-changing. My therapist right now is amazing. I started going to her once I was out of PHP. And I do telehealth with her, like, over the phone, because she is in Texas and I'm now in North Carolina. But she was amazing. We really worked through a lot of stuff. We did family therapy a lot, and kind of like worked through all of our problems, and like how, I needed to control my eating disorder, and I can't keep lashing out at them for no reason. Like, they didn't deserve that. They were just trying to help, and they might have not known the best ways to help, but they were doing their best. And like, same goes with like depression and anxiety. Coping skills for me, I like to distract and ground myself. So grounding techniques like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, like you find 5 things you can see, 4 things you can touch, 3 things you can hear, 2 things you can smell, and 1 thing you can taste. And you like go through that and it grounds you. Or breathing techniques like same in, same out. So you breathe in for like, you inhale for 10 seconds and then you exhale for 10 seconds. Or you can do ones where you breathe in and then you hold it for a certain amount of time and then you breathe out. And that just kind of like grounds you and brings you back to the present moment. And then distractions, I like funny TV shows. You can listen to music, you can draw, paint, sing, dance, all of that kind of stuff. And like expression journaling was a big thing that they pushed in ERC. They gave us these big black books to journal in, and it was like journal every day. We'd like write down notes in our therapy sessions and stuff, and I had a lot of breakthroughs, and just like, it was great, like understanding myself better because I was journaling exactly how I was feeling in that moment. So journaling, I cannot recommend that highly enough. Journaling is good. We'll just leave it at that. I like journaling. I think that's about it for just kind of like a basic eating disorder video. Yeah, let me know if you want me to go in more detail in any parts of this. I already said this, but I do have a video about what it's like to be in an eating recovery hospital. So I have that's kind of like just like things you wouldn't expect, or like kind of how the days are structured. I haven't done one for IOP. I can if you guys want me to. That one's a lot less intense. And yeah, I don't know. That's all I got for you guys, honestly. Let me know if you have any questions, comments, concerns. You can always DM me or email me. Those are both on Instagram. And then you can leave it in the comments below. I love you all. Stay safe and stay home during this quarantine. And I will see you later. Bye.